So, the main emphasis in education must be to bring the student from darkness into light. And education must be, as far as possible, must be done as a service only, not as a commercial venture. It is not at all good. There must be centers of learning. The education, schools must be centers of learning. Learning means all the three I mentioned. That is known, unknown, and unknowable. And pleasure-oriented life should not be encouraged. Comparison should not be there. As far as possible, uh, students must be encouraged to understand the beauty and depth of relationship, because life needs relationship. So the even the physical surroundings of school where it is situated is also important. Not only that, both the parent and the teacher must be devoted to the freedom of the student. Freedom doesn't mean permissiveness. Mere cultivation of technical capability without understanding what is life leads to destruction. Stuffing information is the most unintelligent and destructive way of education. And that is what is going on in the name of education in the present day, unfortunately. The purpose of education is to bring freedom, love, flowering of goodness. Goodness comes only when there is self-knowledge. Practice goodness is not goodness. Practice goodness is the result of mental activity. Goodness is the function of self-consciousness. We should not impose our thinking on children. One must understand that technology cannot produce a better society unless the human is radically reformed. Mere technology cannot reform the society. Actually, it is more destructive in the wrong hands. The society does not need a holistic man. That's why they are not interested in Gurukulas, not at all. They want perfect citizens. Perfect citizen means perfect stupid who adjusts to the prevailing corrupt society. That is what the society expects from the student, from the schools, from the universities. To put it in a very crude way, the universities are producing order for the capitalist sausage machine. That is what is really going on around the world. The education is looked as an utilitarian thing. Education is not utilitarian. Education means transforming the human. That's very important. Education is vital in transforming the human. If it touches the known, unknown, and the unknowable. Schools churn out work droids with little intelligence and imagination. And that is what exactly the society wants. The religiosity is more important in education first. Later, information can be given to the student. Religiosity is important. You must be sensitive. You must be sensitive to nature. One who is sensitive to nature, he is sensitive to fellow human being naturally. One who is sensitive to nature and fellow human being is religious. He may not belong to any organized religion. That is a different story. But he is religious. The religiosity is important in education. That is right education. At present, somehow, in the whole world, education is in a very wrong way. It's a very dangerous state of affairs in future. Educator also must be religious. Teacher must be religious. Everybody cannot be a teacher. Must be pure. Pure not in the mental sense. Pure in the heart. Must be having religiosity, open mind, sensitive to nature, fellow human being, student. He must look upon the student as his own family member. That is what Gurukula means. There can be peace and harmony on the earth only if there is right education. Education is so much important because that is the age where conditioning of human being happens. It is like a junction. Either the student can be spoiled or he can become a, a being with self-knowledge. Both possibilities are there. So education is very vital. Actually, it's more vital than medicine. Medicine is also important, that's a different story. But education is more important. Intelligence is a clear insight into things in which information is not there. Memory can function about only things in which we know. So memory can function only in the known. Science can function in the unknown. Unknown, it converts unknown into known. In the inner world, self-inquiry deals with unconsciousness, which is also a science, but inner science. Unfolds unconsciousness, and in the very unfolding of unconsciousness, energy is released as the consciousness uh, is inquired into, and the more it unfolds itself on consciousness in the passive awareness of self-inquiry, the awareness falls on itself at one point and self-knowledge happens. So self-inquiry deals with the conscious mind. So self-inquiry is important. It is part of education. It must be a part of education, usual education. It is so important. It is not a dogma or belief. Every human needs self-inquiry. As self-inquiry goes on, we go into a different dimension. That is the dimension of no mind. The dimension of no mind is unknowable. So we can participate in unknowable. Once we participate in unknowable, any information, no problem. The mind becomes creative, and such a human being never does any wrong to society. And social reform is an automatic process. We can see heaven on this earth. Namaste to you.